What is good, everyone? How y'all doing? How are you doing this wonderful day, Wednesday, September 9th? I hope everybody's doing great. Crazy year, crazy times, but I hope you guys are, each and every one of you are safe, are well, are healthy, are protecting your loved ones, you and your loved ones, taking care of them, It is what it is, man. Showing love to people around you. I hope you guys are doing all great, man. I wanted to go live and talk about this, man. Is there hope for Canelo? There's so much stuff going on in boxing right now. Crazy stuff, interesting stuff, and I want to make another video later in the future or go live to talk about, the whole thing with Gary Russell and Devin Haney. Shouts out to Stay Ready TV, man. Stay ready. Salute to the brother. You know what I mean? I went, on his live, and y'all go check him out because he's starting to do call-ins, in his show, which is awesome stuff, man. He's doing call-ins. So, I called in and we're talking about the whole, Devin Haney and Gary Russell. I just called in to put my input as far as the fight. Shouts out to 78 and, Blue Blood. They were all, in the mix, and it goes further, right, with, this whole situation with Gary Russell and Devin Haney and the fight building up and being official. According to that, according to everything there that's going on is that, by Friday, it should be official, the fight between Gary Russell and Devin Haney. So we'll see what happens, right? So much stuff going on in boxing right now. You guys already know the fight dates, in the up and coming months, Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, Spence, Garcia, the list goes on and on, man. Tank and Leo. I mean, this is going to be a great quarter, end of the year, end of the year, last quarter of the year for fighting, for boxing. So, and I got, some content to push out about all this. So, I have been pushing content already, but, making videos, going live, what I'm saying? And this is one of them, Canelo, and this is crazy, man. This is just crazy. Everybody who's been seeing, the trajectory of Canelo and his career, I have been following it. You know what I mean? Let me take a sip of my coffee one moment. I have been following his, career. And hey, thanks so much for joining. MMA champ, the GOAT. It shows that Canelo is not the reason he is not fighting. Yeah, we're going to get to that right now, MMA champ. Thanks so much for tuning in, man. Thanks so much, bro. Thanks so much. Much love to you, man. Thanks so much. And we're going to talk about that right now, man. Definitely. The whole trajectory. It seems like Canelo, he falls into legal issues constantly. This happened years and years ago when he was in another promotional company. He was under another promotional umbrella, before he even signed to Golden Boy. What happened is that Oscar De La Hoya, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but this was years ago. I don't remember what year it was, but, there are other channels and platforms that have receipts who have, thoroughly explained it. I just speak generally about it because most people know about it. But if you don't, I mean, what happened was Oscar De La Hoya, sorry. He, went and grabbed De La Hoya went and grabbed Canelo while Canelo was under another promotional company, under the umbrella of another promotional company. I forgot the name of it. But, so Oscar De La Hoya came in and grabbed Canelo because he saw Canelo's potential. And, he knew what he was going to do with him, make him a star, quote unquote, and stuff like that. Right. And there was a lawsuit, man. That promotional company lifted up a lawsuit against, Oscar De La Hoya, and they had to fight it. And if I'm not mistaken, the lawsuit was settled around what, $7 to $9 million, man. So, So they had to pay up, man. I don't know who exactly paid up. I think it was Oscar De La Hoya had to pay up, man. They had to pay up. So, Canelo's been in some things, man, as far as the law, lawsuits and things like that concerning business and the sport of boxing. And if you guys go back a little bit, recently at least, he has had issues. And I said this recently, all right, before this even came out, because the writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall already with Canelo and what was going to happen. Things were steering towards this. And I talked about this, I think it was a couple weeks ago. I don't remember exactly, but I went live and my microphone had a little issue there. I apologize for that. Also, I did a video yesterday, man. I don't know what the heck it is with my mic sometimes, but I hope I'm loud and clear. I did a mic check actually before this. I usually do mic checks, but talking about, the passing of young Danny Gonzalez, rest in peace. Horrible news, man. Sad news. So, but my microphone was staticky in that one. So, Derek Bailey, what's good, bro? Salute, family. Thanks so much for tuning in, man. We're going to talk about Canelo and this whole issue, man, this whole stuff that's going on. Thanks so much, Derek Bailey. Love you, man. Thank you, guys. And I'm going to get the comments right now, definitely, man. So I talked about this the other day. Like I said, my microphone was kind of weird because I used a different microphone, actually, when I was talking about Canelo and how, him having problems with DAZN having problems with Canelo and the opponents. I made a video about that, and it was before the lawsuit, right? A lot of people saw the writing on the wall. A lot of people, and let me go back before that. So we know that some time ago, remember, if you don't remember, Canelo had some problems with Oscar De La Hoya. And then when they had these problems, Ryan Garcia also was having problems with, Oscar De La Hoya also, and Canelo retweeted what Ryan Garcia posted about his complaints with Oscar and not getting paid well enough and stuff like that. And this is way before the 200 grand complaint that he had. Oh, I'm just getting paid 200,000, right? And then Canelo at that same time was having problems with Oscar De La Hoya. This was, I don't remember how long ago. This was maybe a year and a half ago. So the writing was on the wall. You could already see it. And not just because of that, all right? If you go back even more, I mean, we have to see all angles, you know what I'm saying? We have to see every angle of the situation, who's in the mix, the pieces of the puzzle, because, De La Hoya, you just see, and I've said this before on my channel, I've said this, that I don't, think Oscar De La Hoya is doing the best job as a promoter, but, big ups to him, I guess, right? I mean, whatever, right? But, as a fighter, he was amazing as a fighter. I mean, he shined most when he was boxing. That's what I'm saying here. Oscar De La Hoya shined most when he was boxing, in his career. So that's the thing there. And as a promoter, I don't see him, he did okay with Canelo though. I mean, even though, that's the thing. He maneuvered Canelo in such a way to make Canelo who he is right now, as far as, limelight status, I guess. Obviously, Canelo has a lot to do with it, with his skills and stuff like that in the ring, obviously. But, as far as his opponents, I think that Oscar De La Hoya had a lot to say in which opponents Canelo had to face throughout the years. You okay? I mean, I want to make that clear. I think that mostly it's Oscar De La Hoya who has been, pulling the strings behind, on Canelo on who to fight throughout these years. I don't think Canelo's scared, and I'm going to get to that in a moment, okay? I don't think Canelo's scared of anybody. He's not scared of anyone, okay? That's just my personal opinion, okay? Now that I sit back and really analyze all these this whole situation and what Canelo's starting to say now, remember, you guys, Canelo's not a speaker. He doesn't speak much. Now he is, okay? And now he's like speaking out on what he feels. I think he has had too many people around him telling him or manipulating the situation and who to fight and et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? His team, and who to fight. And, I think that's how it's been more for Canelo throughout the years. Like, Canelo probably hasn't had that much independency on what to say or who to choose to fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting to the point where it's like lava. It's like a volcano, right? It's going to erupt and you feel the earth shaking or whatever. I don't know. I've never been near a volcano, but whatever. It's just an idea, right? It's just metaphorically speaking, like a volcano starting to rumble, starting to shake, the mountain's starting to shake, a little earthquake, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? The buildup, that's what I'm getting at. So you can just see, the buildup, it's been going through for years. It's been building up the situation for years. Canelo, being having his strings pulled by Oscar De La Hoya, by his team, and I think that's how it's been more. I think that's more the case because like I said, you go back years. You go back like a year and a half ago, something like that. Canelo already started complaining about Oscar De La Hoya, and I found from what I heard in that whole situation, Canelo doesn't really talk to Oscar De La Hoya anymore. Yeah, they were golfing the other day and stuff like that, but I think that was more of a media thing, right? But from what I heard, the only, interaction that Canelo has more with Oscar is through his lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So the writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall that this was going to happen. And I mentioned in the recent video in the live that I said that my microphone was kind of weird because I used a different one. Sorry about that. I talked about, Canelo's probably going to leave DAZN soon. And this is before this whole lawsuit thing. And I explained there that because of all this, back and forth, and recently DAZN, before the lawsuit was brought out by Canelo, DAZN said, you know what, we need better opponents, premier quote unquote opponents. That Daniel Jacobs didn't cut it, according to DAZN, right? Kovalev didn't cut it. And in my personal opinion, most of the fights in DAZN that Canelo has, been in, doesn't cut it. I mean, because we already know, y'all know what the fans want, what we want. Everybody knows, we want him to fight. And Canelo, check it out. Canelo, I know he pays attention to what the media is saying, to what the critics are saying. I've said this time and time again on my channel. I've said this time and time again how legends have criticized him. I went live the other day when I was driving in my car. I went live the other day and I was talking about this, how reporters, Mexican reporters, I mean, Mexican legends, and they explain it all in Spanish. They don't even speak English hardly. That they have criticized Canelo on the same things that hardcore boxing fans have been criticizing Canelo for years. And it's a buildup, guys. Canelo has been listening. He knows. I remember, let me repeat. Canelo was on ESPN some time ago, and this was recent, like not too long ago, like maybe 6 months, 8 months ago. And he was, being questioned about his, why you criticize. What do you think about why you're being criticized so much, and the opponents you face and this and that? Canelo got defensive. He's like, no. You know what? If you think I do what I want and this and that, and he got kind of angry, kind of arguing there with the reporter. So Canelo, he knows what he's being criticized about. He knows very well. And, now with him, and that's why I say, is hope for Canelo? Is there hope for Canelo now? I think there is. All right. It may sound weird, but I think there is hope for Canelo. And I said in my recent live, like I said, the writing's on the wall. He's going to probably leave DAZN soon. And this was before this whole lawsuit thing came about. It's just recent. It was yesterday that this broke out, right? So I knew, man. I just felt it. I saw it. A lot of people saw it, that he's going to leave DAZN soon. Something's going to happen. And look how much money he's suing DAZN for. And Oscar De La Hoya, his own boss, man. He's suing his own boss. What is it? $280 million? I don't think it's going to settle for that much, but you already know DAZN got their lawyers, man. They ain't going to be just sitting there, defenseless. I'm sure Oscar De La Hoya, he knows people, he has connections. So, but I think Canelo also has people and he has connections as far as lawyers and the right, defense, for this case. So for this lawsuit. So, I mean, it probably won't settle for that much. I don't think it will, right? Because, you go for the highest you can go for when it comes to, suing somebody and, bringing up lawsuits. But I don't think it'll settle for that much. But, I mean, that's a lot of money, man. And the thing here is that there are many things that we can, assume. That it can be that, man, if he wins this case and if he wins, and he sues for all that, a lot of money, a big portion of that $280 million, maybe it will settle for $150 million or something like that. Man, DAZN's out of here, man. Let me get back to it. When Batman was, on, I think it was on 78, salute one more time, right? Once again to 78 Sports TV, when he was on with, Bill Haney, they were, negotiating right there, man. That was interesting stuff, man. Derek. Yeah, he's suing for the rest of the contract. I was going to say that, but it sounds like that's the numbers exactly, huh? So when Batman, he was saying, nobody wants to subscribe on DAZN. He's all, oh, you want him to fight? No, they don't want to fight on, Gary doesn't want to fight on an app, on an app. Nobody wants to, go on an app and watch this fight through an app. He was arguing that case because Batman wanted Gary Russell and Devin Haney to go on pay-per-view. And it seemed like they didn't budge, man. It looked like Batman didn't budge from that, and Bill Haney was like, here's 1.5 million. Y'all know the story, right? If you saw it. But the reason of me saying this, if this goes down, man, I mean, if this lawsuit really, if it settles around the range of $280 million or up that higher range, close to that, man, I think DAZN's out of here, man, as far as the Americas. Because I mean, you guys know the story, with DAZN. I mean, I try not to knock any promotional company, but if they're not doing something that I want to see as a fan, as far as great fights, I'm gonna knock them. For example, this whole YouTube nonsense, YouTube fighting. I mean, that's just senseless, man. For the sport of boxing, nobody wanted to see that joke. Logan Paul, and I mean, it was just a bunch of nonsense. Jake Paul, respect to them, you know what I'm saying? But for them to even step in the ring, that's cool. But put fighting at a pro level, come on. I don't even want to start with that. But pro fighters spoke out about it and people ignored them. I made videos about it for that same reason. Pro fighters shouldn't be ignored when they're speaking out against something like this. It's a slap in the face to boxing. Having YouTubers fight in an undercard, what I'm saying, of championship fights or what have you, pro elite fighters. Come on, man, that's a joke. But, so, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, whatever promotional, if it were PBC, I would be against it too. I would be against that move. You know what I'm saying? Any promotional company, if they're not doing something that we want to see as fans, we're gonna speak out about it. I mean, it's 100 on everything, whoever it is. So the thing is with the DAZN, you see their trajectory. It looks like they haven't been, really pushing what fans want. They Eddie Hearn, man, I've said this time and time again, man. Time and time again. Obviously, Eddie Hearn is not the top notch at DAZN, but he influences it. You know what I'm saying? Has that whatever partnership deal with DAZN. He's with Matchroom and whatever, right? But he's the promoter of Matchroom. So, but he had that alliance with DAZN, I guess we can say, came here a couple years ago with Anthony Joshua and that lineup, right, of his fighters saying he's going to take over America. Y'all know the story. And I said it time and time again, man. I was never in accordance or in agreement to how Eddie Hearn came about in the U.S. Sticking out his chest, looking down on everybody and his and other promoters, saying they don't know what they're doing. Dude, he just screwed it up. He didn't know anything about the American market. As far as the Americas, I use it as plural because also I include Mexico. You know why? Because he came down to Mexico some time ago, man, and he was in the El Gallo, man, Estrada fight. He was promoting that fight against some other guy here in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. And he was talking about, and I made a video about it. I think I made it in Spanish. I just don't remember. D Hodges, what's up, brother? What is good, bro? We're just talking a little bit about there's hope for Canelo, man. We're gonna talk about this, break this down. And I actually had my hopes high at that time for Eddie Hearn coming to Mexico to push some fights. You know what I'm saying? But it looks like for the Americas, plural, I say, Mexico, Canada, US, looks like it's going to flop. It's been flopping. And I think a lot has to do with it. And I said it from the beginning, ever since he came here. I said, I do not agree with his arrogant, stubborn, hard-headed attitude. I mean, you just don't go about business like that. You don't go about business. I've said this again. I've said this before, a long time ago. And I'll keep saying it, that if I go to China or if I go to Canada, if I go to, India, Arabia, I'm going to respect that culture and I'm going to learn as much as I can as far as the culture and market and that, the economy, and how things move in the business that I am, professing. In the company or in the product that I want to push in that country. I'm going to learn as much as I can, make connections, build professional relationships before I even go there. Eddie Hearn didn't do that. What was he doing? He just came here boasting about $1 billion. DAZN has a $1 billion deal, whatever, for America to push boxing. And he came here just throwing money all over the place, thinking that he can buy trust through money. Business goes a lot deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a businessman. I'm not some entrepreneur guy, but you have to gain trust, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just come here from a different country saying, oh, you don't know what you're doing, promoters, step aside. He might as well should have just said their names. Al Heyman, you don't know what the heck you're doing. You're senseless. Pay-per-view's dead. Bob Arum, you don't know what you do. You don't know what you're doing with Top Rank. Come on, come with me. You know, I know what I'm doing. Bring your fighters here. And then what was he doing? Eddie Hearn, he was looking for Tank. He was looking for Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, I don't want that slave deal. You know what I'm saying? He was looking for fighters and other promotional companies trying to pull him. You know, I remember Leonard Ellerby, you know, he was saying, you know what? Hey, Tank is under us, man. You're gonna get yourself in some legal issues if you want to mess with this. You know what I'm saying? So Eddie Hearn was just sticking his nose in other people's business where he shouldn't have been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to pull fighters with just money. You know what I'm saying? Which some fighters did, you know, bite the bait. It's all good. They want their money, but look at the fights they're getting. You see? So that's the thing with the zone. I mean, I'm just, you know, elaborating on this exhaustively. You know what I'm saying? Look at Andrade, Demetrius Andrade. You know, you think he's getting the fights that he deserves in the zone? Of course not. He's getting lame fights, man. All due respect to his opponents, but lame fighters with the skills that he has. You know what I'm saying? Same situation, kind of like with Terrence Bud Crawford. Y'all know the story, right? I made a video the other day, went live on it. You know, everybody knows about that. You know, Terrence Crawford in the welterweight division. You know, same thing with DAZN and a lot of their fighters there, man. And Eddie Hearn thought coming to America, he's going to do this and that. You know, he's going to have European fighters or what have you fight against American fighters. The thing here is that a lot of these American, you know, a lot of us, me, Mexican fighter, you know, Mexican fans don't even know half of these guys. You know, cheese man, egg sandwich, whatever. I mean, all due respect. Nobody wants to see that stuff, man. You know, and they tried pushing that and bringing that here. It flopped, man. It flopped. You know, had Eddie Hearn knew about the market, knew more about the American culture, the Americas, you know what I'm saying, also, because he tried to come down to Mexico, you know, make friendships, make alliances in the right way, a respectful way, in a humble manner. I said this before. Had Eddie Hearn, you know, rubbed shoulders the right way with Al Heyman, you know what I'm saying, and Bob Arum, imagine where DAZN would have been. It would have been amazing. But then he was just running his mouth off, pay-per-view's dead. And you remember, you know, there was a video some time ago and Oscar De La Hoya was out there in a press conference or whatever. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I got some news to say. Pay-per-view is dead. Man, they just looked senseless, man. Look at the time. Time will tell. Time told. You see what I'm saying? A year and a half later, time told on you know, time is showing the truth. And look what's going on. Man, this is just crazy. So now Canelo, what does Canelo have to do with this? Because we know Canelo is under Golden Boy, he's under the zone, and it's the effects are affecting, you know, Canelo's career. You know, and look, Canelo's seeing all this and he's like, you know what? I want out. I want out of this. I want out. He went for the money. He was one of those that bought the bait, that went for the bait. Like I was explaining a moment ago, he was one of those fighters too. He went to the bait, ate it, swallowed it, and saw that there was poison in it. Now he's trying to vomit it out, man. He's vomiting out. He's a shark or whatever, right? Canelo, I guess, would say, right? Shark ate the bait. Boom. He's like, oh, spit it out. Spit it out. I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo's seeing the ramifications and the consequences of being on an application that isn't the best, man, as far as, you know, the opponents he's facing. And Oscar has a lot to do with this. This is before DAZN. Like I said, I personally believe that Oscar, what is he doing with other fighters? Look at Virgil Ortiz. Look at Ryan Garcia. I think that's enough said right there. Look at Virgil Ortiz. Look at now Ryan Garcia. Big ups to that Campbell, but I don't even think there's an official fight date. I'm not trusting it, man, yet. Even though I talked about it, I'm not sure, man. Well, I want to see it official. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think it's official. I don't even think there's a fight date. Is there? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. D-Lo, what's good, bro? What is good, brother? Salute to you, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I just had to go live about this, man. Thank you guys so much, man. So, you know, Virgil Ortiz, you know, Ryan Garcia with Luke Campbell, if they do fight, awesome. You know, but from what I know, it's pretty much done. Okay, but let's hope. But you know, that's the thing. That's what Oscar De La Hoya does. He just protects his fighters, man. Canelo's been protected for years. You know, we know the story about the opponents. So Canelo's, it looks like he's just had it. I repeat, you guys, I don't think Canelo is the one. I don't think Canelo is the one who has a big say in who to fight. I think it's Oscar who's been manipulating this and making the decisions, his team, maybe Eddie Reynoso, you know, and he's just sitting there. Okay, I'll do it. You know, I got the money. So, you know, I mean, that's what they care for, right? But I think Canelo's been just like a kid, you know what I mean? Being directed by his father's decision. It's kind of like this. You know, the dad, right, of a family and his son. He's bringing up his son. They're always, father-son relationship is great, right? Son, I'm a doctor. That's what I want you to be. You know what I'm saying? And the kid goes to college, and he has a secret in his heart, though. This kid has a secret in his heart. And that secret is, I don't really want to be a doctor. I don't like this, but my dad wants me to. I love my dad. He's been a great mentor in my life, and we see that a lot in life. Because my dad did it, I'm going to do it, even though I don't really like it, just to please my dad. You know what I'm saying? We saw that. You guys remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? Shouts out to Will Smith, man. I love that program, man. Time and time again, I see it. I love it. Love it. Brings me back, takes me back. And that's what happened to, I think the girl is called Ashley, right? Yeah, Ashley, Will's younger cousin, Ashley Banks. Yeah, right. And at the beginning of the season, right, when the Fresh Prince was new, it just came out on TV. Ashley, she was studying saxophone or something like that, right? And Will found out that she didn't really like, playing the flute or the saxophone, whatever that instrument was. And Will said to Philip Banks, right? Hey, she doesn't even like it. She's just doing it because you want her to do it. And then Philip Banks would argue, when I was a kid, I always wanted to play it and this and that, right? And he's like, he said, she doesn't even like doing it. She doesn't even like it. Why are you making her do something that you see, that's what I'm saying. That's how I think the relationship with Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo has been in the business side of boxing. That Oscar's saying, hey, you know what? You're going to get this fighter because it's going to make you money. It's going to be an easy fight for you. And Canelo's like, well, all right. But I don't think that deep down inside, that's what Canelo wants, man. And I'm going to say it right. This is what I just think, or I'm not saying that's how it is, and it's been like that for years. It's been like that a long time before even DAZN, considered DAZN, before even DAZN came to America. So I think that's what it is, man. And I'm going to get to some stuff right here in a moment, okay? But let me get to the chat real quick, man. Thank you guys so much for pulling in, man. Thank you guys so much. So MMA Champ again, he says it shows that Canelo is not the reason he is. Yeah, I mean that's what I think, man. Is that Canelo would have been a star, without Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are saying. And it looks like Canelo is barely coming to that realization. The thing here is I think that Canelo was comfortable under the umbrella of Oscar De La Hoya, even though Oscar De La Hoya was shady. I mean, we got to understand that. Oscar De La Hoya, man, with his drug things and, just weird things he's done in private, that's his business in life. Who cares, right? But it comes out to light. Everything in the darkness will come out to light, man. And you can just see the people who are like, for example, Bob Arum. He has his issues, obviously, or as far as his, as the way he conducts, Top Rank. But Top Rank is a successful company, man. I mean, a promotional company. You got to a certain extent, give him his props, man. I mean, Al Heyman, definitely, what I'm saying? Look at the fighters. Look how they're taken care of. Look at the fights we're been seeing throughout the years. I'm not just talking about the pandemic, no. But throughout the years, man, PBC has been bringing it. You know what I'm saying? Top Rank has been bringing it to a certain extent also. Those two promotional companies are awesome, man. They provide the fights we want to see. Maybe not all the time, no, but it is what it is. But I think personally that Canelo, he's just been comfortable under Oscar De La Hoya because the checks, man, the money. I mean, who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Bud Crawford. He's the same thing. He has his steady checks. Even though I have criticized Terrence Bud Crawford with the welterweight division not getting blah blah blah. Right? You already know. But he has them steady checks coming in. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So he said he's suing for the rest of that contract. Yeah, man, $280 million. Yeah, I agree. DAZN is close to being a stink. And a lot of people are saying that, you know what I'm saying? So especially now more with this lawsuit, dude. Wow. I mean, this is just going to go down. Virgil Ortiz ain't going to save this. Ryan Garcia ain't going to save it for the moment as far as with, making money and revenue through other fighters. Definitely not. Unless Oscar De La Hoya stops protecting his fighters, then maybe he can lift up Golden Boy a little bit. But and the thing here is that Oscar De La Hoya, he has been focusing too much on Canelo, man. Canelo, Ortiz, Ryan Garcia recently, but mostly on Canelo. What about his other fighters, man? I mean, it looks like he's just been focusing too much on Canelo, too much attention on promoting Canelo, too much attention on recently promoting Virgil Ortiz. And Ryan Garcia, it's debatable on him being promoted because Ryan Garcia is promoting himself a lot more. You see that? I mean, that's the thing here. When you boil it down, Oscar De La Hoya has been promoting Canelo more than anything and anyone and Golden Boy. Golden Boy has a big roster of fighters, man. So it's just that's what I'm saying. I don't think, and I've said it before, Oscar De La Hoya is doing the best job in promoting and being a promoter, period. Oscar De La Hoya was shined as a fighter. After he retired, I understand, trying to make a business. He should have just focused on something else. Training other fighters, working behind the scenes, I don't know, and something else, and acting. He has a pretty boy face, I guess you can say, right? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people saluting each other. That's what it's all about. Farmer also. Yeah. I mean, there are so many names. I don't even, what I'm saying? Farmer's another one. Exactly. Farmer's another one. And the thing here is that DAZN, man, Eddie Hearn, all they do is just run their mouths off, and they don't bring the fights. That's why I don't listen to Eddie Hearn. That's why I don't really, he just runs his mouth off and blah, blah, blah. He has hour-long interviews, and he just talks and talks and talks. Nobody wants to hear that, man. I mean, we want to hear, okay, this fight's going to come up. We're going to talk about it. We're going to negotiate. And next week, we're going to have an announcement. Boom, bam, it's done. Great. You know what I'm saying? If you put your money where your mouth is, and if you put your words into action, then the fans will follow. Then you will get a reputable, a respectable reputation in the sport of boxing. And this goes with fighters. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. We've heard just too much blabbing away by Eddie Hearn, hour-long interviews about Anthony Joshua with Wilder years ago. You already know. Oh, this and that. And then with Charlo, oh, yeah, here's the email. Look at my phone. And I mean, come on, dude. We don't want to hear. We don't want to see that. Get down to business. Sign the contracts. Get the fighters together. Do it like a real businessman. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not a real business. I'm sure he does amazing in the UK. I'm not knocking Eddie Hearn and Matchroom over there in the UK. That's great. I'm sure he does great because he knows the market there. He knows his fighters there. He has a more, a business relationship, with his fighters and the people around. He rubs shoulders with people around there. That's great. But here it's bad. Here he's doing bad. And Farmer's one of those who got caught in the bait. He took the bait of that money. You know what I'm saying? He ate it. And he's not getting fights. Farmer, a lot of people don't even know who Tevin Farmer is when it comes to casual fans, man. Look at Tank. Gervonta Tank Davis is making noise, man. Not only because how he fights, but how he's being promoted. Man, that just speaks volumes right there, man. That just speaks volume. D-Lo, thank you so much for tuning in, my brother. Thanks. So let me get to the chat. I want to get to the chat. I got to hear you guys. Renee Boxer, I always think Canelo only has an issue with not being able to select it. Yeah, bro, exactly, man. That's what I was explaining here, that it looks like exactly, bro, because I think that's what it is. I think that this is coming out to light now because look at I'm gonna be frank about it. I thought throughout the years that Canelo was the one who didn't want to fight these guys, but I'm gonna get to something right now. I want to show you guys. Okay, I'm gonna get to something right now that I'm gonna explain, but I'm just building it up just so we can explain and see all the angles of this, But I really do think that, bro. I really do think it's the higher ups that are dictating who Canelo fights, and Canelo's he's just had it now. Now we're seeing it come to light. Canelo's like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with this. If I'm not gonna fight who I want to fight, get me out of here. And this is some interesting stuff that's going on, man. Excuse me, Dilo continues to say Oscar has publicly said, Canelo needs to fight Andrade and Charlo. Canelo says he don't like Andrade's style and he vacated for Charlo. Man. So he needs to fight Andrade and Charlo. Canelo says he don't like. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, bro. I think I got you the other way around. If Canelo's the one who doesn't want to fight fighters, is that what you're saying, bro? Let me see here. Okay, good. Let's get here. The Phenomenal Mexican. Yeah, bro. I mean, but the thing here, check it out, guys. The thing here is like, what would we do in his shoes? You know what I'm saying? I mean, with the potential he has, like I said, I think he just stayed with Oscar because he was comfortable. He was getting the checks and he had someone else doing all that business work. And I think that Canelo, you know what I'm saying? He's a fighter. Canelo's a fighter, man. As you can tell, I don't know, he's an introverted guy. He doesn't speak too much, to the public and things of that nature. Quiet guy, and I don't know if he just had the will to go out and say, you know what, I'm going to be an independent agent. I'm going to build up my own name. He was just comfortable being under somebody who did all that business work, which was Oscar. So, yeah, man, he did mess up. I mean, he has a bad rep, dude. I mean, he has a bad I mean, not with his skills and fighting, of course not, but the way he's just going about his career, man, it's not good. It's not looking good. Golden Boy promotion was super successful under Shape. Dude, D'Lo, it's interesting you said this, bro. I think I even made a video. I don't remember which video I did. This was a long time ago. This was like a year and a half ago, I think. I talked about Schaefer, and I like Schaefer. And I don't know what happened. I don't know the details, but something happened. If somebody can say in the chat, Schaefer left Golden Boy, if I'm not mistaken, right? He was working with Golden Boy, something like that. Schaefer is a really level-headed, amazing guy who can do great when it comes to promoting fighters. But unfortunately, there was some kind of mishap with Golden Boy and Schaefer, and I think he left. I like him, and I've said it before. I like how he speaks. He's a really intelligent guy, and he's the type of guy, Schaefer, who would promote fighters the right way and guide them the right way, make the right matchups. Man, really interesting you brought that up, D'Lo. Really interesting. And I remember saying this some time ago. Schaefer is a great guy, man. If Canelo would have, worked with him, I think, yeah, thank you, D'Lo. Thank you, D'Lo. I mean, I didn't even know you were saying this. I'm just getting the chat right now. Schaefer built Canelo properly. Yes, he definitely did. A lot of people aren't even mentioning Schaefer, bro. I thank you so much for bringing that up. Thank you so much for bringing that up. A lot of people aren't even mentioning Schaefer, bro. Richard Schaefer, if I'm mistaken, the first name's Richard Schaefer, right? Dude, he was doing the right things the right way. Like I said, some mishap happened between him and Golden Boy where he left, man. It was a sad thing when Schaefer left, man. Schaefer, I mean, go to his interviews, the way he speaks. He's a real, I mean, I've said this before. You can tell a lot about a fighter and a person on how they speak, the way they he's a really intellectual guy. Keith Thurman is one of those. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see fighters like that. I like Mades, how he's a commentator ringside. Andre Ward, Lennox Lewis. The way they speak and how they project themselves when they speak and talk about fights and things like that. You can tell they got brains. Schaefer is one of them as a promoter, man, and I like him. I really do. And I think you're definitely right, D'Lo, that I think if he had stayed there, helping the company, he would have. Dude, I mean, Canelo, it would have been a different story. It would have been a different story with Canelo. But right now, Canelo, he's being criticized left and right, because of his opponents that nobody wants to see him fight, and D'Lo continues to say, Oscar Vickers publicly with Ryan Garcia more than he promotes. Yeah, you're definitely right, man. Derek Bailey, doesn't Canelo bring in 95? Dude, I don't know the numbers, but you got James the Beast Wilson, okay? I think that's his name, James the Beast Wilson. If I'm not mistaken, he's a heavyweight fighter in Golden Boy. I don't see him fighting, man. I mean, I really do. I think he's going to be an amazing. Well, I think he's an amazing heavyweight prospect. What is Oscar doing with him, man? Go to Instagram. Go to James the Beast Wilson. I love this guy, but he's not fighting. I don't know what. I think he's in Golden Boy. If he's not, well, I don't know what's going on. But from what I know, he's in Golden Boy. Okay. And what's Oscar doing with this guy? I mean, gosh, it's just sad, dude. So that's exactly what we're saying. Oscar's just been focusing too much on Canelo. He should have focused on all his other fighters too, just as much as he's focusing on Canelo. Go make a relationship with your fighters, man, and stop Oscar's. I mean, a lot we have to say with Oscar about Canelo, but a lot of it has to be said about Oscar too. And Canelo's feeling the ramifications. He's feeling the consequences of all this. He wants out. Canelo wants out, man. Oscar had Golden Boy Promotions even while he was still an active fighter. Oh, okay. It was a huge success until his personal issue. Yeah, D'Lo. Getting in drugs, going to rehab. I mean, that's great going to rehab. I mean, trying to better himself. But, I think with his wife, he had an issue, cheating on her and things of that nature. It's just, time and time again, we see it, man. Oscar couldn't keep his personal act together, man. And it's just that company is going down, man. I don't see it good. Golden Boy had, yeah. Oh my gosh, man. This just goes on and on. That's why I said earlier that I was never happy. I have never approved Oscar De La Hoya's way of how he has managed Golden Boy Promotions. Wilder and Spence, man. Oh my gosh, dude. Imagine where Golden Boy would be right now. Imagine where Golden Boy would be right now had Oscar kept Schaefer with him, you know, and guided that company the right way. Man, dude. Oh my gosh. You know, I hope Oscar doesn't do something weird, you know, like, you know, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but like, you know, people, big, you know, businessmen and entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they do things against themselves when they face lawsuits like this, or, you know, politics have done it. I remember watching a video some time ago of politic. He was going through something, a big scandal, what have you, going to go to court about it. He committed suicide. I'm not saying that. Of course not. I don't want to, you know, I hope the best for Oscar, man. But this is a big thing he's facing now. We're talking about his company going bankrupt, you guys, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about Oscar going bankrupt, you know, because I don't doubt what Derek Bailey's saying here. I mean, Canelo's the one who's been bringing the big bucks to Golden Boy. What's Oscar going to do? Does he have a savings? Does he have backup? Does he have a, you know, revenue saved up? If he doesn't, man, and now what he has to pay for lawyers and the case with the DAZN too, I don't know, man. I think the DAZN's out of here. I think the DAZN's out of here, and I'm happy about it because I don't wish the downfall of any person, you know. But the way that the DAZN has, I repeat, the way that the DAZN has been bringing fights, it's just out of whack the way they're doing it. They don't know what they're doing in the American market. They don't know how to go about, you know, promoting fights. You know, they don't know how to go about making matchups. You know, and Oscar has a lot to do with it because he's with Golden. He's, you know, has that partnership relationship with the DAZN, and it's just bad, man. Now with this lawsuit, wow. So Canelo doesn't want to fight certain guys, and he doesn't really hide it. Yeah, I feel you, D-Lo. I feel you. But I personally think, man, if this happens, okay, if Canelo leaves the DAZN and Oscar, which I hope he does, I have hope for this. That's what I'm saying. Does hope for Canelo? That's why I call this live that. Hope for Canelo. I have a slim hope for Canelo that he will start fighting better opponents once he leaves Golden Boy and DAZN. Okay, why? Because Oscar's not going to be around him anymore. You know, DAZN much less. And if he goes, so that implies, I mean, you got MTK International, if I'm not mistaken, which I don't think he's going to opt for that. Maybe he will, though. I don't know, man. I mean, there's just so many things we can talk about here, right? Because according to him, they want to make him a global star boxing. I don't think he should focus on these European guys. Focus here, Canelo, on these American fighters, man. These guys that want to fight, the names you already know, right? The names we already know, right? You know, even they're not maybe all American, but like, for example, Archer Beterbiev. You want to go to light heavyweight, fight the best. Dimitri Bivol, you know what I'm saying? Go fight him. Even John Pascal, you know, go fight Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Go fight Caleb Plant. You know, go fight, you know, these guys, you know what I'm saying? You know, the list goes on to the Charlos, the Andrades, you know what I'm saying? Even Chris Bank Jr., he's been calling him out. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure he would probably take him out. But, you know, Derevyanchenko. I mean, I don't know, man. These names, you know, there are lots of other names out there. So I personally think the reason why I say is, but if he leaves Golden Boy and DAZN, which I hope he does, you know, another thing, guys, a lawsuit, I think this is going to take time. This is going to take time, guys. I don't think it's going to be one day to the next. Lawsuits take time. So I don't know if they're going to come to some agreement where, okay, I'm going to stay with the DAZN and Golden Boy. If it does, you know, Canelo's going to really just nail the put the last nail in the coffin and with his career and his reputation. I mean, that's what it is, man. Canelo really, if he leaves Golden Boy and DAZN, let's hope they don't make an agreement. Oh, we're going to modify the contract and stipulations where you can stay with us. If it's like that, man, I don't even want to hear about Canelo anymore. Honestly, I don't really want to because it's going to be the same thing over and over. But there's hope. That's what I'm saying, guys. That's why I made a call. Is there hope for Canelo? I think there is. If he leaves Golden Boy and DAZN, I think he's going to, you know, opt for PBC, opt for Top Rank. I think he's going to be better off opting, you know, for PBC. And, man, I think Al Heyman would advise him the right way. Maybe Richard Schaefer will come in the mix also and tell him who to fight. And there's hope, you guys. There's hope, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying. Let's not knock it off yet for Canelo, right? He's still young. I don't see him fighting much longer, though, guys. Check it out. And I said it before in my other live when I talked about this whole DAZN Canelo issue. Sorry about the microphone in that live. It wasn't the best. It was a different mic. But call me crazy, but I don't think Canelo's going to fight much longer, you guys. I don't think he's going to be boxing much longer. If he wins this lawsuit, make millions, okay, more of what he already has made throughout his career, that guy's good. He can retire now and he's all right. But I think that, you know, he'll probably fight a couple more fights independent as an agent, as an independent agent, and he's out of here, man. I don't see him fighting much longer, you guys. I don't see him fighting. Just mark my words on that, you guys. If I'm wrong, cool, but DAZN is a circus, definitely. Chen Smoke, thank you so much, bro. Where you been, man? Yeah. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for coming here, man. I thank you guys for tuning in, man. Y'all feel free to support too, man. Go ahead there. You can support PayPal. There it is. All the information down there, right? If y'all feel free to support, man, show love if you wish. Thank you so much, Chen Smoke, for jumping in, man. D-Lo, while Oscar's personal life was spiraling out of control and he wasn't handling his business, Heyman and Schaefer, yeah, bro. Yes. Took care of Golden Boy Promotions. Yep. And eventually they all left Golden Boy Promotions. Yep. So, I mean, there's hope, you guys. I think there's hope. I repeat again, if Oscar leaves the zone and Oscar, if Canelo leaves Oscar and Golden Boy the zone, if he leaves them, I think there's hope for Canelo, you guys. I mean, let's not knock him off yet. You know what I'm saying? Let's not knock him off yet. You know, I hope he puts in at least 3 more fights, fighting independent, and fights good fighters. And we'll see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's going to retire, though, man. I think he's going to retire. I think he's going to... let me get back to that real quick. Hamza, saludos, amigo. ¿Cómo está? ¿Todo bien aquí? Yeah. Estamos bien, amigos. Estamos bien, man. Disfrutando la vida. Ya sabes. Todo bien, man. We're good, Hamza. Thanks so much for tuning in, bro. Thanks so much for tuning in, man. Much love to all you guys, man. Now... yeah, this is what Hamza's saying. I was going to get to that right now. Canelo is his moneymaker. Who else do they got? Ryan hasn't fought. Exactly. Golden Boy been done since. Yep. See, you guys, everything's connecting here. The boxing fans see it. You guys see it. You guys are saying it. You know, and I wasn't even thinking of Richard Schaefer. He is such an important piece to the puzzle here, which Golden Boy threw away in a foolish decision. What the heck was Oscar thinking leaving Richard, man? That was just stupid, man. I mean, I'm sorry. I got to say what it is. You know what I'm saying? And now check this out. If Canelo leaves DAZN and Golden Boy, which it looks like it's going to happen, you're suing your own boss, man. You think he's going to stay with him? Of course not, man. I mean, logic tells us he's probably not. What's Ryan going to do? What's Virgil Ortiz going to do? They're going to follow Canelo's footsteps, man. I think, check this out. I've said this before, and a lot of people don't really talk about it. From what I understand, Canelo has Canelo Promotions, you guys. If I'm not mistaken, Canelo has, I haven't investigated too much, but I have seen it along the lines throughout the years. Canelo has his own promotional company, I think. And I think Julio Cesar Martinez is under it, okay? I think that's his name. Hold on. It's a guy that fights kind of like Canelo, flat-footed kind of, power, tries to rely on his power, going to the body, quick combos to the body. He fights a lot kind of like Canelo. Hold on, let me look this up. Hold on, please. Yep. If I'm not mistaken, it's Julio Cesar Martinez, okay? I don't think I'm incorrect on this. I think he's under Golden Boy. I think he's under Canelo Promotions, you guys. Okay. The reason why I say this is because I think it's him or another fighter, but I think he is under Canelo Promotions. All right. Excuse me. So if that's the case, this is another probability that Canelo will leave the zone and Golden Boy, and he'll manage Canelo Promotions. And he'll probably bring Ryan Garcia. And imagine that, you guys. Wow. Canelo Promotions with Virgil Ortiz. Canelo still fighting. Kind of like when Oscar De La Hoya was still fighting with Golden Boy Promotions, right? He had Golden Boy Promotions when he was boxing. Imagine that. Canelo Promotions with Oscar De La Hoya. I'm sorry, with why do I keep saying him? With Ryan Garcia and Virgil Ortiz. Now, it just depends on how he will go about doing all this. If Richard Schaefer's in the mix, if Richard is in the mix, wow. I mean, that's what I'm saying, guys. There's hope here. Let's not knock Canelo off yet. And I'm the first to criticize that guy. I'm the first, you guys. You guys already know. I'm not the first, but what I say by when I'm the first, I'm Mexican, man. So I'm probably one of the first Mexicans to criticize this guy. as far as like when it comes to fans or whatever, right? Maybe, I don't know. There are so many platforms out there. Who knows? But, you know, in my channel, at least, I've criticized Canelo a lot concerning his opponents and things of that nature. Not his skills, though. But there's hope, I think, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, for Canelo still. I think there is. If he leaves his own and Oscar and goes his own route. Oscar's plan is to fight. Yeah. Man, Oscar's just, I don't even know about that guy, man. You beat you beat me to it. MTK is a management comes like PBC. Yeah, so I mean, that's the thing, though. Canelo has an option to probably go around that route, too, because MTK has those European fighters, right? And who knows, right? Who knows? See, I don't see Canelo taking out any of these guys. He has avoided since he has to fight these guys, man. I hope he does. That's what there's a small glimmer of hope for him if he leaves DAZN and Oscar to at least consider fighting better guys. Now, let me get to what Canelo said. Hold on, guys. Let me get to, okay, I'm sorry. Let me get to this. Okay, here it goes. Check this out. You know, he said this, I don't know what interview. He just said it in this whole lawsuit stuff. He said, I'm not scared of any opponent in the ring. Check this out, guys. Pay attention. I'm not scared of any opponent in the ring. This is what Canelo said. And I'm not going to let failures of my broadcaster or promoters keep me out of the ring. So this kind of alludes to that, you know, the failure of his broadcaster and promoters. I'm personally thinking that Canelo, you know, hasn't had much say in the fighters he wants to fight. And maybe Oscar De La Hoya and his higher ups, you know, Canelo's higher ups, have been manipulating him and who to fight and influencing him and who to fight and maybe even what to say to the public. You see, we cannot discard that either. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, there may be hope, you guys. I rather pay $80 for a good pay-per-view than 20. Batman said the same thing on 78 Sports the other day. Batman said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are saying the same thing. That's another thing there that you know, DAZN's not. It is, you know, this whole lawsuit, DAZN got to get out of here. DAZN got to get out of here, man. YouTubers ain't going to save this guy. The DAZN, I'm sorry. YouTube fights are stupid lame. YouTube matchups aren't going to save this. I mean, oh my word. In my opinion, Canelo's goal when he went to DAZN was to get the 11 fights done by fighting the guys he handpicks on his way to. It's possible, D-Lo. I think so, you know. Can be. But I think Oscar had a lot of influence on his opponents too, you know, I think. But who knows, right? I mean, I get, you know, but yeah, man. I feel what you're saying. Definitely, man. Definitely. I'm just trying to have the benefit of the doubt for Canelo. Like I said, I've criticized him, you know, as far as his opponents, as along with all the other hardcore fans. You know what I'm saying? I've criticized them and I'm tired of it. And I just have a little bit of hope. I just have a little bit of hope because Canelo's doing the right thing, I think. Yeah, the Canelo's doing the right thing. He's going against DAZN because we all know DAZN is whack. You know, with all due respect, I say it. And maybe you're like, how can you say it with all due respect when you're whatever? That's just me, right? I'm trying to say it in a respectful thing, all right? And so Canelo, we got to give that Canelo his props. He's going against Oscar and DAZN. We got to give him his props. We got to give him his. So there can be hope, ladies and gentlemen. There can be hope still that he's going to really fight guys now. You know what I'm saying? Me neither. And Eddie Reynoso knows this. Part of why Canelo has been steering away from certain fighters after Lada is because they're all aware. Now, that's the thing, bro. They are well aware of this, of his flaws. That's what I'm saying. It's his team and Oscar. Okay? I'm saying this, guys. I got to say this, that I think Oscar and his team, like I said earlier, Eddie Reynoso probably also, I said that they're influencing Canelo a lot, I think, and his opponents. You see, I think that sometimes, maybe a lot of the time, Canelo wants to fight the real guys out there, but his team is blocking it. It's like me. Look, for example, it's just like us. Maybe I work in academia. I've said it time and time again. I have higher ups. Directors, you know what I'm saying? My supervisors. You know, I'm a coordinator, but I got my higher ups. If they tell me something and I want to do something else, I don't really have too much of a say in it because my authorities tell me how it is. And they're the ones directing it. I can opinionate and maybe it'll be considered, but most of the time, you know what I'm saying, my higher ups will tell me what to do. And what I have to do you know, when it comes to programs or when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature, when it comes to materials, textbooks that they want to implement for the school, I can't really say like, you know, I don't want that book. No, I mean, they're the ones, you know, they're the ones who make those decisions. You see what I'm saying? So I personally think, man, Canelo has been influenced, and his higher ups have been, for a majority or a big part, dictating who he has to fight. You see what I'm saying? You see my point, you guys? That guarantee made it to where Canelo didn't have to fight the toughest opponents to get the biggest purse, like pay-per-view. Right. No, I feel you, man. Definitely. Cinnamon Savage, thanks so much, family. Thanks so much for tuning in, man. Much love to you, man. Much love to y'all, man. Schaefer has his own promotional company. I think it's, Ringstar. Yep. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to think, there can be hope for Canelo, guys. There can be hope still. He's doing the right thing. Like I said, give him props, guys, that he's going against the DAZN, going against Golden Boy, you know what I'm saying, going against Oscar, because they haven't been steering him the right way. Oscar hasn't been steering Canelo the right way for years. So there's hope here. There's a glip, but I'm going to say it. If he leaves DAZN and Oscar and he goes about fighting still competition that is not what we want, I'm going to speak out against it. And I'm going to say, you know what, Canelo, man, we're done with that. We're done with it. You know, Loma Lopez, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I made a video. Go check out my video, Cinnamon Savage. Go check out my video. I forgot what the heck it was called. Wait a second, man. Hold on, all right? Hold on. I got a video. It's called, here it is. It's what Teofimo Sr. said about the fight, all right? I'm going to leave the link right there, Cinnamon Savage. There it is, all right? I think I can leave links. I'm not even sure, man. I left a link right there. It's a video on I got my input there, all right? Go check it out, fam. But later down the line, I could put another live about that, man. He said that about Triple G as well, but it took him like 3 more fights to get to him. Yeah, you know, definitely, man. D'Lo continues to say, no, they are trying to tell him who to fight, and he doesn't want those tough fights. I feel you, bro. I feel the zone is rejecting the walk opponents that Canelo wants to fight for. I feel you. All right. Yeah. So it looks like the zone. It looks like it, right? Because the zone wasn't happy recently talking about premier fights, right? But then again, man, I still think that Reynoso and Oscar somehow, some way are dictating those opponents, like which opponents to fight. But I mean, if it's not like that, if Canelo is the one who's really, really choosing his opponents, lame for Canelo, man. I mean, I'll say it, definitely. I'm the one who's been criticizing, you know. ¿Qué onda, Robert Guerra? ¿Qué onda, amigo? ¿Qué onda, carnal? ¿Cómo estás, man? Thank you so much for tuning in, bro. We are family up in here. We are family. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are playing devil's advocate. It's cool. I feel you, D-Lo. I feel you. I'm just trying to look at all angles. You know what I'm saying? I'm not... Y'all know my channel, man. Go check it out. Mexican Legends of Criticizing Canelo. I'm the one who criticized it. You know, I'm just hoping that Canelo going against the zone, this lawsuit, I repeat it again, going against Oscar, makes him an independent agent, and he'll probably start fighting better names. That's what I'm trying to get at here. I have hope. Ladies and gentlemen. Don Dada, thank you so much for tuning in, man. Take it. Don't be misinterpreting, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm some big... No, of course not. Y'all know my stance. Wait a second, you guys. Wait a second. For all the doubters out there, if there are any. I'm not saying there are, right? But, I mean, a lot of, you know, some people sometimes tune in, and I got to find it. Hold on, please. Just wait a second. Wait a second, please. Okay? I'm gonna share something with y'all. Just bear with me. All right. I'm one of the first. I mean, I gotta. Okay. Here you go. I'm gonna leave the links there. I'm gonna leave the links in there. Here's a link right there. Okay. Right there. Right. Here's another one. Hold on, guys. Just bear with me. Here's another one. Bam. I posted that in Spanish. I did that video in Spanish for the Mexican audience who don't speak English or what have you. I mean, I got several videos on this, man. I got several videos on this, you know what I'm saying, that has criticized Canelo left and right concerning him having undesirable opponents. I mean, that's okay. Here's another one, man. Here's another one. And this is when I was still stage fright. Okay, I had stage fright, and maybe I sounded kind of weird, right? But it's all good. I was at the beginning of my channel, so there's another one right there for y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? So just in case you guys think I'm heck no, I'm not a man fan. I'm no man fan. You know, no way. I just look at it how it is, 100. And so sometimes I kind of have hope for Canelo, man. That's what I'm going about here. If he leaves DAZN and Oscar, I have hope that he's going to fight, hopefully, the big names we want to see. If not, then we see what it is, man. I mean, if not, I got to blame Canelo all the way. Okay, so exactly. He wanted to fight. True. I got nothing to say against that. I went live the other day talking about that, man. Yeah, true. Bernard and Oscar been saying for years he needed. Interesting stuff, you know. But I just hope. But look, now he's going against Oscar. We'll see, man. We'll see what the heck happens. We'll see what the heck happens if he leaves. Oscar has been trying to push Canelo to conduct himself like, oh, I got you. Let's hope, man. Let's hope if he leaves Oscar, he's going to fight big names, but it looks like he won't, right? It looks like he won't, man. I got hope, though. I got hope. Y'all killing my hope. No, I was kidding, man. I think Canelo's voted for the suit is the polar opposite of what you hope. Man, it is, but I know you're. Yeah, thanks, bro. In this case, you're being hopeful. Yeah, I feel. Yeah, exactly. D-Lo, you read me. Mm-hmm. I'm just being hopeful, man. I'm being hopeful to see the great fights for Canelo, man. But it looks like it might not happen. Huh? Missed the show. I'll have to. Yeah, it's all good, bro. It's all good. So let me get to Hamza. Canelo suing because he wants to fight his cherry. Man, I hope not, man. I hope not. Please. Dude, if he does this, I'm going to speak out. And a lot of people are going to speak out. A lot of platforms are going to speak out. We're a community. We're going to speak out. We want to see the right fights. Whoever it is. Canelo, whoever it is. Whatever fighters out there. Terrence Bud Crawford, whoever it is. We want to see the right fights out there, man. If he does that, man, I'm going to speak out. I'm going to speak. Spence wanted to fight Canelo when he was. I made a video about that a long time ago, man. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know. Oh, Canelo, you know, even though he's been a cherry picker for a while, right? I guess. I mean, let's say what it is, right? But I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I incline toward Canelo, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I don't know. I see it kind of 50-50, but Canelo going down to 154, I don't know if he can make it. Maybe he can, but he's been going up and down a lot in weight, so who the heck knows, right? Man, oof, that would be a great fight. Boxing, yeah, Reggie Owens, what's good, bro? I'm just being optimistic, Reggie. I'm just trying to hope for Canelo, man. I'm trying to. I said it earlier. I got a dim chance. I got a dim hope, a glimmer of hope for Canelo, man. Oh my gosh. Anyways, man. So I think DAZN, guys, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go bankrupt most likely. We'll see what the heck. Let's follow up on this, you guys. Let's follow up on what's going on. There are so many things. There are so many things that can happen as a consequence to him filing a lawsuit. Remember, lawsuits take time, you guys. Lawsuits take time. You know, this takes time. It's probably going to be a year or so. So, but I just know this, man. Canelo better fight better competition. I mean, that's point blank, period. You know, as we all know, you better step up your game, bro. You better step up your game, Canelo. ¿Verdad? Queremos ver mejores peleas, Canelo. Queremos ver mejores peleas. Eres un excelente boxeador. Te amamos, amigo. Te amamos, campeón. Pero le digo con amor, amigo, ¿verdad? If somebody, he's probably not even listening to this, right? But small channel here, right? But it's all good. I got to say it in Spanish. Te amamos, Canelo. Queremos ver los mejores peleas, amigo, ¿verdad? Campeón, ¿verdad? Y hablo como fan de box. Hablo como un amante del deporte de boxeo. Te amamos, Canelo, pero por favor, queremos ver estas peleas, ¿verdad? Queremos ver buenas peleas, ¿verdad? No digo que tus peleas no son buenas, que no sabes pelear, no. Eres un excelente boxeador, pero queremos ver esos nombres. queremos ver Charlo, queremos ver Andra, queremos ver, ¿verdad? Ya sabes los nombres, amigo. Pero así es, amigo. Andre, what's up, bro? What's up, family? Keep tuning in, family, to the channel. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like. You know, constantly have great people on the channel. You know, collabing with other people. Definitely Boxing Then and Now. Check the series. They got a playlist for it. Yeah, thanks so much, family, for jumping on in. Andre, Rip, R.I.P. DAZN. This sucks for the younger fighters, man. This is just crazy, you know. But like I said, the writing was on the wall, guys. You already know. You already know. The writing was on the wall that something was going to happen. Something was going to happen, you know. And Canelo going out with his lawsuit, man. Wow. And the thing here, okay, I'm going to get to this. Let me get to this real fast. This is what Canelo said in Spanish. Soy el número uno libra por libra del mundo. He said, I'm number one pound for pound in the world. That's debatable. Okay, that's debatable. I don't agree with that, but whatever. And then he said, no le tengo miedo a ningún oponente en el ring. He says, I'm not scared of any opponent in the ring. Okay, he said this in Spanish, you guys. No le tengo miedo a ningún oponente en el ring. Okay, he said, I'm not scared of any opponent in the ring. I don't doubt that, okay? I don't doubt that, guys. Y no voy a permitir que las fallas de mi broadcaster o promotores me mantengan. Oh, yeah, it's similar to what I just said in English earlier. So he's saying he's not scared of anybody, that, you know, but we'll see, man. I mean, unfortunately, he has the horrible rep of fighting the lame fighters out there, man. So so when do you think, man, who the heck knows? It's not going to be this year, man. Maybe not this year. Maybe in May. I guess he wants to fight in the Mexican dates, right? But he hasn't been. but maybe in May, if another mega fight doesn't take over and push him out the way. Oh, man, it's debatable. He's even the face of boxing, guys. It's debatable. I mean, it's just like what I forgot who said it, but you know, Canelo's career has been just it's been led the wrong way, man. I mean, it's sad. That's why I'm trying to have hope here, you guys. That's why I'm trying to have hope here, ladies and gentlemen. Please bear with me. It's just sad to see the potential that Canelo has, the skills he has to be guided in this way. It's just sad, man. I feel for him. I feel for Canelo, man. It's just sad. But he doesn't feel. He's probably happy. He's in millions. He's all good, whatever, right? But as fans, whatever. What are you thinking about Mel versus? But man, that's a good one. I'm gonna put it out there. I got Jermell winning the fight. I think he's gonna show up and show out with his power. But watch this, guys. Jermell Charlo, when he fought Harrison in the rematch, I wasn't satisfied with Jermell Charlo, how he was waiting on Harrison. I'm talking about the rematch. Waiting for the right punch and combo to hurt him. Okay, we see it time and time again, guys. We see it time and time again with. I think Jermell Charlo has to box more. That's what I'm trying to say here. I think he should box a little bit more when it comes to fighting Rosario, Banana, because Banana can fight on the inside. He can box. So Jermell Charlo, of course, Jermell Charlo can box. Y'all know it. But don't rely on your power too much. You got to box Banana. You got to box this guy. And I think he's going to knock him out. Okay, call me weird, crazy, but an outlandish prediction. But I see Jermell Charlo knocking out Rosario. I think he's going to knock him out around towards the end of the fight. I think that, but if Rosario boxes, man, it's going to present a problem for. I mean, that's what happened in the first fight, guys, with Harrison and Jermell Charlo. I mean, Harrison was boxing great. Even though he won by the skin of his teeth, Harrison beat Jermell Charlo by the skin of his teeth, the very, very, very skin of his teeth. Yeah. So, I mean, Jermell has to really box Banana. He has to box Rosario, and I think he's going to knock him out. If he boxes him out, not just waiting for the right punch, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Jermell Charlo completely did that against Harrison in the rematch, but it looked like Jermell was waiting a lot. And if he does that, it kind of reminds me of, not exactly, obviously, but it kind of reminds me of Ortiz versus Wilder and the rematch. Ortiz-Wilder rematch, Wilder was waiting too much, man. Waiting way too much. Waiting way too much. And in rounds 5, 6, 7, round before Wilder knocked out Ortiz in the rematch, I was thinking, Wilder, come on, dude, don't just be sitting there waiting. No. I was really, really anxious. And if Jermell does that, I think Rosario is going to get the better of Jermell, man. But I think Jermell's going to knock out Rosario. That's what I see happening, you guys. If he boxes him, all right? Maybe they're not watching now, but they'll hear you, Renee. I don't know, bro. I mean, I don't know. I'm a small channel, man. I'm a small channel, so I don't really know. I'm a small. My platform's small, but thanks to you guys, man, y'all showing up and showing out. Thanks to you guys, we're one community. We're one community, man. I thank you. I don't know though, bro. I kind of doubt it. He can say what he wants, but his actions speak louder. He hasn't fought. You're right. I got nothing to say against that, bro. I got hope though. I got hope. Please don't spark my hope out, guys. Come on. It's good because he has made a lot of money and his health seems to be intact. Oh, definitely. As far as his legacy, it has been steered. Oh, he has no legacy really right now, man. But maybe that wasn't Canelo's intention. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was. But I'm just trying to say, guys, that I think his higher ups had a lot to say in this. That's what I just think. Okay, but maybe not, right? Maybe not. I think Jermell will get dropped, but stop Rosario. Whoa. Wait. You think Jermell will get dropped? Whoa. So maybe Rosario will take Jermell down, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying no, right? Maybe, but Rosario's amazing. He's a great fighter. Okay, wait a second. Now, real quick, remember when Eleider Alvarez fought Kovalev in the first fight? Eleider Alvarez, I think it was in light heavyweight. Eleider Alvarez took out Kovalev in an impressive fashion. He knocked him out, man. He boxed him, knocked him out. Bam. Eleider Alvarez. In the rematch, okay, Eleider Alvarez won the belt, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot which belt. I don't really pay attention too much to belts, but I think, he won the belt. He beat him. Eleider Alvarez was champ. And what happened? Eleider Alvarez, he got complacent, just like Andy Ruiz, just like a lot of champs out there who win. They get the belt for the first time. They hold it. Their first title defense or their rematch, they lose because they get complacent. They get happy, rich, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's what happened to Eleider Alvarez. When Eleider Alvarez rematched Kovalev, it was a whole different story. Kovalev was focused in training camp. He was, I'm going to get my belt back. Kovalev took him out. He beat Alvarez. So why do I say this? Because we got to keep an eye on Rosario. And let's hope he doesn't get complacent. We don't know, guys. I don't think Rosario is really. We don't know much of his personal life. It's gonna show when he fights Jermell. So maybe we got to keep an eye on that. He's probably not like that. Rosario's probably not like that, but we don't know. So if he gets complacent and because he's a dog, man. Jermell's a lion. He, not just because he says it, lions only, no, but you could just tell these guys. Why? Because Jermell, when Harrison beat Jermell in the first fight by the skin of his teeth, Jermell was he's like, I'm gonna get my all his heart. Dude, Jermell don't play. And I know Jermell's training hardcore for Rosario. Man, so that, I don't know, man. So I think the only way Rosario will beat Jermell if Rosario boxes out Jermell, and if he's really, really training hardcore, man, and if he's really focused. I mean, there's a possibility he will drop Jermell. There's a possibility, man, definitely. Canelo has been fighting professionally since he was 15. Who's to say he even likes the sport and isn't in it for the money? Yeah, good point, man. We're just fans. You're right, Hamza. I mean, we only see from the outside looking in. We're looking from the outside and looking in. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. We're right. You're right. You're definitely right, Hamza. I mean, 100, man. If Harrison had any type of power, Mel would have. Yes. You're right, Andre. You're right. Remember the rematch? Remember how Harrison was boxing well against Jermell on the inside? Imagine if Harrison had more power. Oof. Ouch. There's a big possibility Jermell would have got smoked, man. All facts about Canelo. I'm at work. Yeah, definitely, Hamza. All facts right there. Keep the hope by the skin of my. It's all good. It's all good. I don't want Mel to get dropped. Oh, I don't either. That's why I'm saying that, Jermell has to box out Rosario, man. And that knockout's going to come out naturally. It's going to come naturally, beautifully also, But we'll see, man. This is going to be a wonderful fight. I can't wait. My boxing trainer speaks slow. When he speaks, he sometimes forgets his train of thought mid-sentence. It's messed up. That's why I can't be too hard on fighters. Right. Yeah, I feel you, man. Let me repeat that. My boxing trainer speaks slow. When he speaks, he sometimes forgets his train of thought mid-sentence. It's messed up. That's why I can't be too hard on fighters cherry picking. Right, man. I mean, yeah. And I got Jermell by stoppage, but I think he will have to go through fire. Yeah. I got Jermell stopping him. So and another thing, actually, I'm gonna go live on another one. I'm gonna speak on another thing, but so that's what it is, you guys. I gotta go, man. I thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate all your support, man. It's just so much fun being with you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's so much fun being with you guys, and I gotta go, but I'm gonna leave that question for you guys. I'm gonna leave that question on the screen for you. Hope for Canelo? Is there hope for Canelo? I hope so. So we'll see, man. Thank you so much, Renee Box Young, man. I love you guys, man. Thank you so much. Share, like, subscribe. Go ahead and support if you feel like supporting. You know what I'm saying? I don't have my PayPal open to see if anybody supported, but thank you guys so much, man. I love you guys, man, and we're going to keep pushing. Renee Box Young, salute from the South. Have a wonderful day. Please stay safe out there. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves, all right? Peace out, fam.